episode of Chamber Chats, we're joined by Karen Govern, CEO of STARability Foundation, a Naples nonprofit dedicated to transforming the lives of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Since taking the helm in 2016, Karen has led the organization through extraordinary growth, expanding programs, increasing the number of people served, and raising awareness about the need for lifelong support services. Under her leadership, STARability has become a regional leader in addressing long-standing service gaps, most recently acquiring a 5-acre campus in North Naples as part of a $60 million campaign to create a hub for inclusive programs and wraparound services. Karen's work is fueled by her belief in the unique talents and contributions of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and her vision for a community where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. In this podcast, we'll dive into STARability's incredible growth over the past decade and how it's become a regional leader by addressing service gaps and its ongoing support and efforts to build a more inclusive community. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you, Christina.
So wonderful to have you. I'm so excited to sit down and learn a little bit more about STARability. So STARability has grown significantly over the last decade. What is behind this growth?
Really, it's been listening to families, listening to our participants, and addressing the unmet needs. And all of this would not be possible without the building strong community partnerships. That's really been the key. And along the way, as we've addressed those unmet needs, we've focused on creating innovative, quality programming that is in demand, that our participants want to be a part of, that is about transforming their lives. But the community partnerships have really helped us in that regard because, our growth has been fueled by the businesses that have opened their doors to our participants coming for vocational experiences through our partnerships with other nonprofits and other organizations throughout the community, and also with the philanthropic support that we have received, which has been tremendous, because that's the key to helping us sustain our programs and continuing to do what we do and serve so many people. And when I first joined the organization, we started our pioneering day program, the Trailblazer Academy. We didn't really advertise it because we didn't know what it was going to mean, but word got out, and the families really need a network of support, and that's also what we strive to create, so that they have a place to gather and to learn from each other, but also to have the support from STARability and from our team. And also the growth has been fueled by building an incredible team that work at STARability, and their passion and their commitment to transforming the lives of people with IDD has just made an incredible impact.
Well, speaking of that team, it starts with leadership. How did you get into this line of work? Why are you so passionate about what you do?
Well, I've worked in the nonprofit field, if you will, for over 20 years, and I've worked in a variety of different causes. But I was really drawn to this cause because I was introduced to the organization 9 years ago. It looked very different then. It was a lot smaller, did not have the programs, the services, the impact that we have today. But I felt this was a vulnerable population that I wanted to give a voice to, and I wanted to really work to build awareness in the community of the needs for the individuals and for their families.
Well, speaking of that, STARability has become a regional leader for serving individuals with IDD. Talk about what are the qualities about STARability that makes it such a model?
Well, as I mentioned before, I think we're very innovative in how we approach the programs and services, the design of the programs and services that we provide for our participants. We are always looking at new ideas, looking at what needs haven't been addressed, what we could do, how we could do it better. We're very much outcome driven. Our participants, we measure their progress in all of the different life skills or life goals that they set. And so we make sure that, that we're always striving to help them meet their goals. And we have an incredible team that really cares and is really dedicated to working with the participants. And they're mentors, they're friends, they're teachers. They're more than just a staff person providing some kind of direct care.
Right.
It goes much beyond that, and it is just the culture of the welcoming culture that we have, that and the welcoming environment where people with IDD know that they're accepted, that they belong, and it's really what inspires us every day.
Love it. That's right. Celebrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what advocacy efforts have you found most effective in building an inclusive community?
So we have all of our programs are community-based. And what we started from the very beginning, from when I joined the organization, is to bring our participants out into the community. And as we're doing that, we're educating them about the community where they live, but also we're educating the community about the unique talents and abilities of people with IDD. And that's really been the key, because the more people, the more organizations, the more businesses that we connect with and that get to know our participants and learn about what they can do, the more accepting that people are. Unfortunately, people are afraid of what they don't know.
Sure.
And so we want to flip that paradigm, right? We want people to know the joy, the talents that our participants bring to us, to their families, to the world, to their community. And we also do that with a lot of storytelling too, telling the stories of our participants through our marketing efforts or just in person with talking with people. So
can you share some examples of the unique talents and contributions that people with IDD possess?
Sure, there are many. I think that one place that the talents manifest most readily in one program that we have is through our studio. So we have a social enterprise where our participants learn to make and create household decor products, home decor products. And we have a whole line of products ranging from candles to tea towels to greeting cards, and they all are the candles are all handmade by our participants. We also have jewelry, bracelets, and then the other art products are created and printed with our participants' original art.
Wow.
And so we really see their artistic talents come out and are displayed in incredible ways, and the pride that they have in making something that then is so appreciated and valued by people in the community. Of course, our goal is to sell the products, and that happens. And when the participants know that their creations are helping to support STARability as well, it's really a wonderful thing. When our participants, or our stars as we affectionately call them, when they have the opportunity to contribute in meaningful ways, it makes such a difference for them in their lives, in their families' lives, in the community's lives. And there's one young woman in particular. She actually joined us when she was still in high school with our after-school program, and she loved the after-school program so much. When she finished high school, she went right into our adult program. She now has a job working at a local coffee shop. She volunteers at events. She has just blossomed. And she's one of hundreds of stories. So there are just so many ways that when they're given the opportunity, that our stars can really show what they can do. They not only show it in what they do personally, whether it's through work or through achieving a particular life goal, but how they really care about each other and look out for each other as well. So we just create a very safe and supported and non-judgmental environment for relationships to flourish too, amongst themselves, their peers, and also amongst the team that is with them every day.
That's wonderful. I've had the privilege of employing several people with IDD, and I'll tell you, it's just been an incredibly rewarding opportunity. I mean, the attention to detail, the focus, and then to your point, just warm, welcoming individuals that always become everyone's favorite very quickly. So if anyone's ever considering fulfilling a need in their organization with an individual with IDD, I'd really encourage you to reach out to STARability and allow them to help navigate how that could look for your organization. So I know you're serving a lot of individuals today, and you've got some really exciting plans coming forward to just be able to serve even more. Will you tell us a little bit about your vision for the new North Naples campus and what it's going to mean for our community?
Sure. So we are just thrilled that STARability will finally have a permanent home. This has been a goal, a personal goal of mine, and a goal of all of our families that have been with us for many years. And so we have, as you mentioned in the introduction, we have a 5-acre campus in North Naples. The Centerpiece Program Center is a 42,000 square foot building. And with all that space and the opportunities that we have to customize it to really fit our needs now and for future generations, we'll be able to triple the number of people that we serve as soon as we open the doors. We'll be able to offer a whole variety of different programs. In addition to the community-based programs we have now, we'll have center-based programs. And it's a place that will be open to the community. We want people to come to volunteer, to be a part of what we're offering. But everything, it's going to be a one-stop shop, a hub for wraparound services, for a variety of the programming that will be health and wellness based, it will be vocational based, it will be creative expressions, everything that we offer now, but in a much more enhanced environment.
Excellent.
And we have other plans to develop the campus. In addition to the program center, there's opportunity, there's space there for more facilities. So we will have a multi-purpose event center that will also be open to the community. And we are developing plans for a residential component, which will be down the line as well on the campus.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, thank you so much for bringing that vision to life. How can individuals and businesses support STARability's operational needs and these expansion plans?
In a lot of ways. We welcome the community support. We're so grateful for the community support. The community is why we are where we are today, why that's fueled STARability's growth, for sure. So you can get involved as a volunteer. We have over 200 volunteers that work with STARability annually. So there's always, we're always looking for ways for people to get involved. Financial support, of course, is a big part of it. So we are philanthropically driven. We rely on philanthropic support. Donors are always welcome, always important. And businesses that can open their doors to providing work opportunities for our participants or experiences for them. You know, and it's not only businesses, but also other nonprofits. They're a big part of what STARability does, the really rich partnerships that we have with so many nonprofits in Collier County. They provide activity space, or they provide programs for us. And I'm happy to share that, you know, some of our important partners, Naples Players, Gulf Shore Playhouse, Artists Naples, the Conservancy of Southwest Florida, Humane Society, they've all been, and many more, they've all been wonderful partners that help STARability do what we do and deliver the programming that is so important to our participants, our stars.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, the number one thing keeping our members up at night is struggling to find access to good talent and that workforce development piece, which we're working on every day at the Chamber. But if you've never considered hiring someone with IDD, I would just highly encourage you, again, to use STARability. to access and inform yourself about that opportunity, because it truly is a privilege, and it's been a wonderful experience for me. But I would encourage our members and viewers to think about that as well. I'm sure you have a lot of incredibly rewarding moments working with STARability. What would you say is your most rewarding moment as CEO of STARability?
It's hard to pinpoint one
I'm sure.
rewarding moment, because there is just the joy on the participants' faces on a daily basis, walking into an activity or a program, and them being very excited that I'm there, and
Yes.
saying, "Hi, Karen," and "What are you doing?" and "How is your day going?" and but I think the acquisition of the campus, uh, finally achieving that decades-long goal
Sure.
of having our own space that is going to be STARability's home. It's going to be a hub for the community. The plans for the development of the campus are based in innovation and based in our belief in inclusivity.
Yeah.
So they're really, really cutting edge about what we're going to have, just the physical space, but also the warm, welcoming environment, and the fact that it will be, a regional center and a model for what inclusive programming, living, learning environment can be for people with IDD.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, it sounds like the campus is going to be catalytic in helping you serve this population, which is excellent. Trying to figure out additional ways to service those unmet needs. So I want to say thank you to you for that, and for that vision, and for bringing that to life for your participants and for this community as a whole.
It was a village.
I'm sure.
I mean, it was. There were so many supporters, our volunteers, our board, families, key family members that were instrumental in making that happen. So it really was a community, a joint effort to make that happen. But it was so rewarding for me, as a goal for the organization as well.
We'll talk a little bit more about that. How has Collier County, this community, played a role in STARability's success? And you touched on a few partners that you have, maybe some more specifics about the partnerships that you have.
The incredible generosity and collaborative spirit of this community has really helped make our stars really part of the fabric of this community. So from our business partners to our nonprofit partners to our donors, we are just so grateful for everything that the community has done to kind of wrap its arms around STARability in many ways, and our mission, and support us in so many different ways.
It really is an incredibly collaborative community, isn't it? I love the community support that exists here. You're doing some great work with STARability, Karen, and I'm sure you must be so proud of you and your team and all you're able to do on behalf of your participants. Is there anything about STARability that we haven't covered yet today that you want to make sure our viewers know about you?
You can find a lot about STARability from our website, obviously, but so we didn't really touch on the different types of programs that we offer, but I can go into that a little bit.
Let's do that.
Really, there are about 5 tenets of what STARability offers for our stars. So we have our academy programs. This includes our Trailblazer Academy and our Junior Trailblazer Academy, as well as our new Music Academy. Okay. So these are tuition-based programs that are daily programs that people can become a part of, and they are goal-oriented. They are purpose-driven. With the participants have a very rich and full curriculum with all of these programs. And then we have what we call our Star Connections, which are more of our a la carte recreational enriching programs, and those happen on daily, monthly, or weekly basis. And we have really such a robust calendar of different activities that people can get involved in. So, and it's really kind of remarkable when you look at the size of our team, all that we do. We have over 370 participants that are enrolled in STARability, and we offer over 40,000 experiences for our participants each year. And then we also have a whole career services department. We've talked a lot about helping our participants find employment and job training. Well, that whole department is what helps them really reach their goals. It prepares them for employment, works with them to search for jobs and apply for jobs, get jobs, coach them on the job, and then make sure that they're successful.
Fantastic.
We also have our social enterprise, which includes the studio, which I mentioned earlier, as well as our home collection, which is a resale shop of upscale home decor and furniture. And that is an enterprise that helps support STARability. We're grateful for the contributions of people donating items to the store that we can then resell. And again, the community is coming together and supporting STARability by their support of that enterprise as well. And then last but certainly not least, we have what we call support services. And this is where we have services that kind of support our participants and our families in other auxiliary ways, whether it's referring them to other organizations or providers throughout the community, bringing in other partners such as David Lawrence Center to provide training to our staff, or to support our families through family forums, through providing education or other types of workshops or seminars that give information to families that they need in their unique journey of having their star as part of their family. So we really have a very robust and full line of programs and services, and I'm really excited about what we're going to be able to offer in the future too at the future campus.
Right, with all that expansion. Well, that is fantastic. So many services taking care of both your stars and their families, the wraparound services to make sure they have that great quality of life. I have to tell you, I think every single candle in my home comes from the STARability studio. So I want to make sure, will you tell our viewers where they can find your studio?
Our STARability studio is located on 10th Street in the Naples Design District, 106 10th Street. And that is also not only where our studio is located for our enterprise, but also where our participants go for weekly art classes and other types of creative experiences and opportunities for creative expression.
Well, I love having them, and they make excellent gifts. So I would encourage you to visit if you haven't had a chance. Well, Karen, thank you for what you're doing for these families, for your stars, making sure your stars shine, and all the exciting plans that you have coming up in the future. We're really excited to support STARability as a community, and really happy to learn a little bit more about your organization. I know you're also a Leadership Collier alumni. Can you tell me a little bit about what your experience was like as a Leadership Collier individual and what you gained from that experience?
It was incredible. I was so honored to be selected. I know it's a very selective process, but just to be able to network with so many other dynamic leaders that are part of the Collier County business community, and the people that I met through that program, just been fantastic. What we learned about Collier County through the behind the scenes, the real intimate experiences with different businesses, with business leaders, access to seeing, whether it's environmental issues or hearing from business leaders on Commerce Day about their visions, their goals, and their successes was really, really fantastic. So it really, I'm still networking. I'm still in touch with people from my class and other alumni as well. So several of them I've actually gotten very involved with STARability as well.
Good.
So it's just been it was an amazing experience, and one that I'm real proud to be a part of, and to be a part of that legacy.
Well, that's great. Happy to have you as part of that alumni family. And as our last question, as an active chamber member, we so value having your organization as part of that. How has your involvement with the chamber shaped your connection to the local business community?
Well, the chamber has been a fantastic bridge for STARability to connect with the business community. The chamber has such an amazing network of businesses and organizations. So being able to use that as as a means to help build awareness of STARability and our mission and our work. It's been fantastic. Opportunities such as this podcast is just been, we're so grateful for being able to use this platform.
Well, thank you for that, Karen. We're so happy to have your organization, your valued organization, as part of our Chamber of Commerce. Is there anything that we haven't discussed you want to make sure our viewers know?
Well, thank you, Christina. Yes, I would like to mention, you asked about how the community can support our operational and expansion needs. Operationally, we have several events throughout the year that provide financial support to STARability. In particular, our Star Gala. That's our single biggest fundraising event, our single biggest fundraising effort of the year. And we've been so grateful for the community support that has also helped grow that event. So businesses can become sponsors, people can buy tickets to attend. It's a very inspirational and heartfelt evening, but also an evening that raises a lot of money for STARability. So
great.
Hugely important, but we welcome the community support with that. We also do an annual 5K. We call it our Run, Walk, and Roll 5K because it's for all abilities. So whether people are running, walking, in a wheelchair, pushing a stroller. This year it's going to be at Baker Park on October 18th. We welcome support from the community for that, whether as participation or also as sponsors as well. So, and also I should mention that the Star Gala next year is February 7th, 2026.
Excellent. We look forward to coming out and supporting your important work. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you again to our guests for joining us and for sharing their insights on today's episode of Chamber Chats. If you are interested in sharing your own story and you would like to be featured on a future episode of the podcast, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to the Greater Naples Chamber to learn more about how to get involved. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Chamber Chats.